Okay, the book says, let me ask you to answer the questions below so that we can assess how you respond to the currently to the world around you. Choose one answer for each. Regarding your intelligence, is your intelligence is A, something very basic about you and cannot be changed? B, you can learn new things, but you cannot really change how intelligent you are? Is it C, fixed by the age of 5 and cannot change beyond then? Or is it D, no matter how much intelligence you have, you can always significantly change it? Which one is your answer? Write it down. Pause me here and write it down. Next question. Your character as a person, I'm going to ask you this, right? Your character as a person is A, set and there is not much you can do to change that. B, flexible, so you can do things differently, but the important parts can't really be changed. C, determined by your family and cannot really be altered. And D, your character is changeable and you can always modify basic things about the kind of person you are. Now, when you guys are answering these questions, I really want you to not answer as your higher self, if you know what I mean. Answer as the everyday you that we're going to find on Tuesday at 3 o'clock p.m. Okay? That one. Answer as that person. Okay? So, next question. When presented with a challenge, I, A, find myself upset most of the times. B, usually shy away from it and hoping someone else will take care of it. C, find myself making excuses. D, look to see what I can learn. Which one are you? Pause me here and really think about it. Next, when I am in an argument, I, A, find it important to be right above everything else. B, find myself quick to point the blame. C, feel sorry for myself. Or D, seek to understand what the other person is saying. Now, y'all, I wanna hear y'all talk about yourselves with the lady in the grocery store who said she was there first. And you say you were there first. I want that person. I want you guys to show up. I want you guys to answer as that person, your everyday self, not your higher calm self. All right. Now, next question is, when something bad happens in the world, I, A, find myself focusing on whose fault it was. B, find myself wondering why the world is so different. C, find myself blaming people who hold other beliefs. Or D, seek to understand what can be learned from it. Last question. When I find myself overeating, right? Munchies, snacking, getting down, throwing down, getting it in, whatever you use. Y'all know what what's considered overeating, okay? When I find myself overeating, I, A, blame it on someone else. Oh, I was doing good until she came with the bag of chips. Is it B, blame it on someone else? Oh, something else. Blame it on something else. So A is blaming it on someone else. B is blaming it on something else. Man, I was having a bad day. I didn't get a chance to go to that block party and I'm mad I missed it. So I go in with the chips. Personal story there. Is it C, blaming it on myself? Oh my gosh, I need this because whatever it is, you blame it on yourself. Or D, look to understand, why am I overeating? Why am I going in like this? Which one are you really and truly? So Oh no, we got one more question. Okay, the last question. When I find myself getting upset because someone makes me look stupid, A, I find myself unable to think straight. B, look to blame it on someone else. C, feel very angry. Or D, realize only I can upset myself. Which one are you? You can pause me there and answer it. Now, so if you have answered, okay, look at your paper or your notes or on your hand, whichever one you wrote it. If you have answered most of your questions, anything other than the letter D, if you have answered anything than the last option of questions, you are running on your ancient brain, okay? And not taking responsibility. And we have to understand that's the way we change our actions and stuff like that. It's when we change. Why can't I talk? It's when we take responsibility. Basically, man up. Okay. Now, in Atavia, we talk about two being in one of two places. I'm gonna show you the diagram right here because I think it's very powerful to get a visual in, and I love that diagram. Are you above the line or below the line? Most of us, when we act anything other than, if you reacted as option A, B, or C, you are considered below the line. Don't feel bad because you're not the only one there. If you have answered as letter D, you are above the line. Clearly, everybody is not above the line, okay? But you can be. That's the thing about it. It is possible for you to change. There's possibility for change, right? So when you are operating below the line and you go into responses of blame and not taking responsibility, let me give you the characteristics of that. That means that you are closed, you are defensive. That means you have the need to always want to be right. Is that you? You're not alone because it's me too sometimes. Also, if you have answered mainly D and you are a person that takes responsibility for things, that is such a great place to be, okay? Because that means you are now considered an open person, curious, and in a growth mindset. Or dare I say flexible versus inflexible, okay? So in being present in our everyday life, it is really important that we continue to operate above the line. And when I say that, remaining open, remaining curious, and always in a mindset of growth and flexibility. It is uber important to be that because that means you show up in life taking responsibility. Not necessarily that you're blaming yourself or you're blaming someone, but you're in a place of how can I make things better and beneficial for you and for the world around you. Now, in something I wanted to talk to you about, and it says, in other words, do I have life happen or is it happening to me? Who is in charge? When we place blame on others, we always give away our power. Why are we going to do that? Okay? You always give away your power and surrender control. And we place the cause and reason outside of ourselves. And when we decide we are the dominant force in our lives, we are taking back our power and our responsibility. And the cause now lies within ourselves. So you ever had a moment where you went out and everybody's around you and it's about to be a birthday party and you start making, or you were upset. I'm not even gonna say birthday party because that's a choice, right? You were upset. Now you had a bad day at work. Your spouse comes in with some ice cream and some cookies. I deserve this. See, if it wasn't for Cheryl, just making me upset, and if it wasn't for my husband bringing in these cookies and cakes and ice cream, then I would have never ended up here. Don't do that. Don't do that. We are the ones, the dominant force in our lives. We are the ones that should take responsibility. That way we can remain in a place of control, okay? I love this next part. It says, most people play the victim and wonder why life is happening to them. We talked about that. Others play the villain, okay, and blame what is happening to them on someone else or on themselves. And the third group, the third person is the hero. The hero hates conflict and pain. They avoid dealing with them by overcompensating and arriving to save the day. When you have taken responsibility, you are refusing to get caught up in what is called the drama triangle. And that's good. That's a good idea for you to keep this visual in your mindset. Are you continuing to be up in the drama triangle? Stop. It doesn't serve us. It doesn't allow us to grow. It doesn't allow us to get to our goals. And if we do get to our goals in the drama triangle, it doesn't allow us to stay winning. And we all want to win. I want to see you win. If I didn't want to see you win, I would not be your coach. And I could just keep this information to myself, but I want to see you win. Stop being caught up in the drama triangle. And the thing about the drama triangle is you can be all three at some point. You could be the hero, the villain, or the victim. Maybe at work, you're the victim. Oh, they always stealing my paper. Nobody ever fills back up the printer. At home, you could be the villain. Who knows? Or with your friends, you could be the villain. Blaming it, if it wasn't for Cheryl, we would have never been running late and missed brunch arrangements. Or you could be the hero at home and you don't want, any trouble between the kids and dad. So you run over here and pacify this person and just try to make it well. When everybody is okay, they're not happy. Nothing has been solved, but you're the one stressed out. You're the one doing, and you're the one that is going through the most turmoil and, dare I say, out of control. Okay. And then that's going to cause a lot of emotional stress. Okay. The effects of blaming, feeling shame and fear that things will not go their way happens because the locus of control is outside of those who are caught up in the triangle. This leads to a state of internal unrest, anxiety, and highly stressed state. And we all know that once you go into stress and anxiety and highly out of, that is where your body is going to hold on to any kind of weight. And then that's not also a place of mental wellness, right? We are triune beings. That's a whole nother thing. But our body does not work just by itself. It's the mind and the body working together, right? So it's important to understand that. All of which are unhealthy for your body and mind and overall well-being, like I just said. It also leads to bad habits like emotional eating, including alcohol intake, dependency, drug dependency, internet and smartphone addiction, gambling, stress, and depression. Now, we have all at some point coped with one of these. You're not alone. For some people, it's not the eating. Maybe it's the little sippy. Maybe it's on the phone and just constantly on social media, just trying to escape. Maybe it's the gambling and spending money that you don't have. And another one I didn't really see in here, that I will put under gambling is shopping addictions, because it's very real, okay? These are all things we do to offset our anxieties and stress and depression when we feel like the world around us is going out of control. Life has happened to us and we just showing up and, being victims, right? And I will stop there for now to let you sink in on which one are you. Are you the villain, the victim, the hero? And just to think about how you have allowed life to kind of spiral, what has been your response? What addiction has it been for you? Is it food? Is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Is it shopping? And listen, is it gambling? Whatever your go-to and addiction is, let me know. Text me privately. Text me. You don't have to put it in a group, because this is not about sharing to the world. This is about you. Just you growing. So I would love to know, what is your go-to? Which one are you? And if you are a mixture, where are you the mixture? At work, what are you? At home, what are you? because that's what we need to do. We need to start being aware of where we are, what we bring to the table. We need to start being in tune with ourselves. Therefore, if you are not aware, you can't change or fix anything. So I'm waiting to hear from you. I'm waiting for your text. All right. I'm waiting.